Hey guys, the Dungeon Meshi collab is here and I decided to do my own thing and try to beat it in a way that I would, have fun with it but just not steamroll through everything. So the challenge today is just using a team based on the miniseries K's Daily Doodles. For those of you who don't know, K's Daily Doodles is a miniseries following Toby, Bubble, and Popcar, with also appearances from Beanstalk, Mountain, and Ethan. The idea is just to use characters from the anime, but there are two categories that I have set for myself, which is the main cast category and the cameo category. The main cast category will involve these six, while the cameo category will have the operators shown here. My intention is to beat the entire event, 3 stars each mission, using nothing but the main cast, but if things get too difficult then I'll start using the cameo characters. Oh, one more thing to note, I'll also be using the characters as they appear, so no alters. With that out of the way, let me narrate hours of work condensed into however many minutes this video is. First thing to note, I am stupid. An idiot. An imbecile. A buffoon, if you will. And that is showcased spectacularly, as I already let a slug leak without even putting so much as a banana peel to stand in its way. Second run goes smooth as I remember to actually put someone down, and with Papa and Kobe defending the right blue box, I breeze through DT1. Game gives me a quick tutorial stage, but it doesn't matter since I am pretty sure I wasn't paying attention. DT2 starts off by placing Beanstalk and then a metal crab. KOB then covers the bottom 3 lanes facing right, and I place Ethan as a support. I place Popcar as a support. So I placed down Mountain and changed stances. Yeah, so I probably shouldn't have ignored the tutorial. I understand that I was supposed to keep everyone fed, but forgot what to do to fill the pot. And I also forgot about the man-eating plants and wasted 2 ops in the span of 15 seconds. You'll also notice that Popcar actually gets stunned. Spoiler alert, I do not understand how to deal with this mechanic till DT5, and I'm pretty sure I didn't even notice this was a mechanic till DT5, so please bear with me. I do beat the level with the good old strategy of just tossing operators till it works, and I'm able to survive. DT3 took a bit to get through, but it wasn't too bad. However, ingrain these little demons into your mind. Most, if not all of the runs I lost, was because I could not handle the stampede. Let's go over my failures, then I'll show the winning run. Okay, first run, Mufasa'd. Second run. Here I thought I was being smart by retreating Bubbles so I could redeploy her later, not realizing I needed her to take some aggro because Mountain was left to defend the horde by himself, and I witnessed Mountain getting Mufasa'd for the second time. This run I say heck it, toss and pray. Well, whoever answered my prayers must have left me on hold, since my ops lost their health faster than my random gets drained. The final and successful run. I first start off by placing Ethan to take care of the slugs down here. I then place down Mountain to catch any of those slugs rushing towards the box, and a few do get past, but I am able to kill enough that I can start cooking. Beanstalk is placed near Mountain facing right to take care of the man-eaters, and then I place KOB to take care of the ones on the left. Here it's just a chill time and I'll be quiet for the time being. Alright, so when the horde arrives, I activate Ethan's skill. Ethan handles them, and I place Bubble to support Mountain. KOB gets deployed at a safe distance to ensure the two don't get overwhelmed. Bubble died, so I replaced her with Popcar. I placed Beanstalk and Ethan down just so I can take care of the horde faster. Unfortunately, I'm not out of the woods yet, and this thing goes on a 1-plant crusade, eating my ops one at a time. I try to stall as long as possible until I can play my trump card. Beanstalk. One thing I noticed from DT2 was that the plants will eat the crabs, but because the crabs can't be retreated while Beanstalk is alive, they respawn and are ready to take another for the team. I stall long enough to place Beanstalk, as well as KOB and Popcar, and we end this plant's run with a jumping. DT4. Now, I would show you my failures, and then the successful run, and explain how I beat it and what my thought process was. However, I don't know how I beat this one, but I'll try my best to explain it anyway. So we start off, my brain goes square peg goes into the square hole, so I place Ethan down right here. Now, from my previous failures, that I didn't show, my bad, I know that Ethan needs some support defending, otherwise enemies will get past, so I place Mountain down, because I do think Mountain is my best defender, or defense, not really defender, you know what I mean. So, place Mountain down, then I try to use Popcar to take out some opponents on the left, but she gets stunned. She does kill one, but she gets stunned again, and I decide to retreat her. To be honest, I placed Beanstalk and KOB here, but I think I was mostly relying on KOB to handle the golem looking fellows. You'll see that I'm contemplating whether or not to put Bubble down. I was just being reserved due to leaks in the past, and I didn't want to place her down. Something leaks, I have no one to place. So I wait a bit, and once there's more enemies, that's when I place Bubble down. An enemy is able to get past the defense, and they're almost able to touch the blue box, but then I place down Popcar. I put a Glooming Berry in the pot reading, all allied operators automatically activate their skills. What I didn't read at the time was, redeploy them to random positions. I don't even know how to describe what's going on screen. All I can say is, thank you, Popcar. DT5. DT5 is the one that took me the second longest to complete out of all the levels. If we're basing it on the video editor timeline, I spent around 48 minutes on this section alone. I'll just skip to the winning run on this one as well, just because there's a lot of failures. Alright, so the main thing to note with this run, I wanted to get as many berries as I could, but I also wanted to get rid of the slugs as fast as I can. So, we first start off by placing Mountain down and switching his stance as soon as we can. I place Ethan to trigger the berry slugs over here, and after nearly 2 hours of playing this event, I finally realize that the slugs trigger when attacked, and that the stun is only during the first wave or pulse, I suppose. Let Ethan get stunned, retreated him, placed Beanstalk to take care of the ones that weren't triggered yet. Now, I'm just gonna assume it's because I haven't maxed out Beanstalk, but she is not able to do enough damage to kill the berry slugs. So I have to send in a metal crab to help her. They're able to kill the slug. Beanstalk then triggers the next slug, and I place Popcar down to help with that one. So we wait a bit. Once Ethan can be redeployed, I do the same thing, but this time I do it to the slugs closer to the blue box near the top. And once those get triggered, I place KOB down to handle these untriggered slugs and try to get me more berries. Apologies if I don't say it each time, but as I'm doing this, I do try to fill the pot when I think it's needed and feed all my berries to the ink brews whenever I notice them. When the smaller ones take so much as a step towards the blue box, that's when I activate ye old cooking pot and watch Mountain go to work. I place Popcar to support Mountain's left since I've had leaks from that side in previous runs. Both are able to hold the fort and things look good so far. New set of enemies, old set of berries. I replicate my beginning moves, placing Ethan, then Beanstalk, Crab, Popcar. I put KOB down facing left since I know Mountain will get overwhelmed by these guys, so I need KOB to make them disappear. Beanstalk's job is done, so I retreat her. When this fella gets close, it's juice, cooking pot, really hot knives. From here on, it's just a formality, but I trigger the slugs using Ethan, then Bubble, then Popcar, then Beanstalk, then Metal Crab, then... Mission accomplished. DT6 took me a few tries, but for the most part, I don't think I spent even half of what I did on DT5. So first we start by placing Bubble down to open up the chests. Beanstalk gets deployed and I use a Metal Crab to start opening this chest. Mountain acts as the box's sole defender for the time being. Then I place Ethan down just to put some damage on these lane squatters. Chests are ready, so I retreat Bubble and start getting me loot. Throw stuff into the pot and start cooking. activated Beanstalk skill just because I felt like it, and toss Popcar down because Anthony is napping at the moment. I retreat Popcar soon after. To be honest, I don't recall why, but this run has a 100% success rate in auto-deploy, so I haven't changed it since then. Kobe covers the top lane and then I activate Ethan's skill. I activate Kobe's skill and place Bubble to help with the horde. Open a chest, give a berry to Bubble, activate Bubble's skill, and send in Popcar to help out. Once Ethan can be redeployed, I send him back into the fray. I give a berry to Kobe and hope that her skill will charge in time, but she gets denied. I still have a tentacle, toss that into the pot to give the damage boost, redeploy Beanstalk, and now I just sort of AFK, activating skills whenever I feel like it. DT7. Remember when I said DT5 was the second longest run? DT7 is number 1. DT7 took me 1 hour and 8 minutes, and in the end, I cheated. Because I hate DT7. Try to place Kobe here, mission failed. Maybe I should put Kobe here, mission failed. Beanstalk can handle the right side, right? Mission failed. Okay, let's switch the person that covers the top lane. Mission failed. Alright, Cruz, help us out. Mission failed. There is probably someone out there that could complete this mission with this team 10 different ways. However, due to sheer stubbornness, I do not want to level up my units any further. Not because I don't want to. Okay, well, it's because I don't want to. You get what I mean, alright? I don't want to do it right now. I started the event with these units at this level. I wanted to try to complete the event with these units at this level. I also refuse to look at any guides, for this event at least, because I look at guides a lot, but I wanted to try something new. And so, after an hour of trying to figure out how to do anything, I just gave up. I brought in Medic Amiya, and for those of you that listened to my rules earlier, it is a blatant disregard for my rules that I set for myself, because Medic Amiya does not show up in the show. And in the show, you can clearly see that it is Caster Amiya. So I have cheated. But I need to get through this. I decide I'll just go with it. And so here is the successful run for DT7. I first start off by placing Cruz so she can handle any drones that appear. Mountain is placed to defend the blue boxes. I place Medic Amiya not only to hit the berry slugs that'll appear in the top lane, but also just to heal Cruz because one of the issues I did have was my units dying because I couldn't fill the pot in time. Kobe is placed here facing down so she can kill this berry metal crab, but also be prepared to kill the future metal crabs. Ethan is there just to add some DPS. Once the 4 crabs spawn, I turn them into California rolls with Kobe's knives. Cruz dies, so I replace her with Beanstalk. Beanstalk dies, so I replace her with Amiya's skill 2. I relax for the time being, feed Kobe. Kobe slaughters. And mission accomplished. Now, DT8 was definitely a challenge, but I persevered through sheer wit. Yeah, I gave up. At this point, I was probably mentally exhausted from DT7, and I wanted to record everything in one day, but I'll be real, I was just lazy. I didn't really want to think too much. And I apologize if, this is just a very anticlimactic, end to the challenge, but I'll try to revisit this level, but my main concerns are units that can sustain themselves and hold Kobe long enough for the DPS squad to do their thing. However, I don't want to build Gumi, and the only other units I have built that have self-sustain are Shu, Cardigan, and Spot, but none of them show up in the anime. Shit!